Hello guys, today we're looking at the King Shark Build-A-Figure Series DC Multiverse Earth 2 Flash figure. This figure comes included in the King Shark line, and because of so, comes with the right arm to King Shark, which I will post a picture of right there. And aside from that, well, most of you probably bought this just for King Shark, and you also got this figure with the King Shark Build-A-Figure part. That's kind of how Build-A-Figures work nowadays. You buy it for the part, you also get it with this weird figure, and it's odd. I know. Anyways, this figure is decent. I'll start off with that. And includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accessories if you count both sets of hand. And let's look at those accessories. First thing you have this nice removable helmet, which is well cast and has really good sculpting on little side ears, I want to say. And nice gold paint as well on there. The helmet is very nicely done, though the mold line is a little bit annoying and the cheap plastic that allows these little distortions in it to come through. The color is kind of odd, kind of off-putting, but it's still a nice helmet, and I'll show again, it fits nicely on his head. Though it does kind of look dorky, that's kind of the point of Earth 2 Flash. Now onto the other accessories, we also have these classic Flash bolts that we've gotten time and time again with other Flash figures, and they work well here in simplest terms. There's really not much they do what they need to do. I'm not complaining, I'm not congratulating them for including the same part over and over again, but I'm glad that we're included nonetheless. And then finally we have your interchangeable sets of hands. First we have these open running palm hands, I'll call them. There's the first, and there's second. Then we have these closed fist hands, which are actually kind of difficult to get out. A little harder to get out than most interchangeable hands. Gotta get them in is a little easier, but to free up the limb you have to try a little bit. You have these closed fists, which are also very nice, but I think they're both kind of small and relative to the figure. As you can see, the hands look just kind of tiny. Maybe like if they were like 5% larger, they'd look normal, but I just think they're kind of small as is. But now onto the actual figure. As you can see here, he's in his running hand mode. Anyways, this figure is really good articulation-wise. Has a ball jointed head, ab crunch here, ball jointed shoulder, ball jointed elbow, swivel hand, not ball joint, but that's just because of the interchangeability presumably. You have your DC classic ball jointed hip, which isn't really a ball joint, it's just multiple swivels, but it works as well as a ball joint. You have your swivel thigh, which is a lot lower than most, your swivel knee, and then your swivel ankle. So you don't have the classic, you don't have really ball joints anywhere, and you don't have double jointed knees, but this figure does well. You can get a good bit of poses with him, good bit of articulation in him. Would have liked it if we would have gotten some rocker ankles, or DC shifted a little bit over to the Marvel Legends system in terms of articulation, just at least with double knees or double elbows. But in terms of a DC figure, this figure does well articulation-wise. Sculpting-wise, though, this figure does a little bit worse. The head sculpt, though it does resemble the actor from the Flash 2 arc, it looks a little dorky. I don't know really how else to describe it. He doesn't look quite as, I don't know. It doesn't quite capture the actor, which, I mean, they've never really quite captured actors anywhere in any line, so not really taking too much off. Otherwise, the paint on this figure is very clean. Unfortunately, there's no dry brushing or anything fancy on it, but the paint does look like it does in the TV show. You have a nice gold on the belt, nice button on the pocket as well, on both front and back, if I can stand here. There you go. And as you can see, it looks like the character on screen, though we do have the classic DC huge date stamp on the back rather than on the foot or inside of the thigh, so it's kind of visible. Aside from that, though, this figure does well, and there's really not much to say about it. Has decent articulation, pretty good accessories, decent likeness, decent paint. Nothing really too great, though. And because of all that, I'm going to end this review nice and sweet. I'm going to give it a 7. It doesn't blow anything out of the water, but it doesn't really fail as a figure either. If you really liked the Earth 2 Flash from the series, definitely pick them up. I'm sure you could make a pretty good Flash TV series ensemble by now at this point with all the characters well, not all the characters, it's mostly just variants of Flash, but you could make a decent ensemble, and he would look nice next to the others. So if you're a fan of the TV show, pick it up, and if you need the King Shark piece, of course, pick it up, but you may be a little late on that, but I'm not really sure what he goes for loose. I believe the last time I checked he was going for like 14, 15-ish loose. Maybe he's gone down or up a little bit more from that. But I believe it was mainly the main draw was King Shark Build-A-Figure piece. And really, King Shark is definitely worth it. And hopefully I get to review that figure one day once I complete my own. I'm one limb off, so hopefully that time comes. And in the meantime, thank you for watching.